Welcome to my weekly Love Tarot Reading channel, and I'm the Tarot Muse, and I've got all your cards shuffled and laid out on the table here, and we're ready to go. So let's get to it. Right, so in the present moment, let's see what's happening for Aries. New financial opportunity crossed by the Page of Pentacles. What's going on in the past for Aries? We have the Lovers, and in the future, moving away from something that was distressing. What is conscious? Tension and conflict. What is unconscious? Walking away from something that no longer serves you, something emotional. All right, let's see what's going on for Aries. The Chariot, taking charge, will, power, which is very Aries. Let's see what's happening for the other person. Mistrust, deception, deceiving. Let's see where the relationship is at. Interesting. New beginnings, letting go, innocence, trust, and the outcome. Illusion, fantasy, wish-fulfilled thinking, or choices. All right, so let's go deeper with all of this. So in the present moment, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is something that's been offered to you. It's either financial or it's something that you're manifesting that is a wonderful new opportunity for you. It's a very promising card. And just looking at how the past readings have gone, it shows me that there's some changes taking place for you with this card in the present moment. And then on top of that, we have the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles could be someone younger who's bringing something enterprising or financial advice or information to you, or it could be you that's working financially with a new project or a new beginning financially with the project. So it appears to me that your focus right now in this present moment is very much around finances and getting back up again. So let's get a little bit more information about this Ace of Pentacles. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is the Independence card, financial independence. We've got the Empress, and we've got the World card. So this is really beautiful. It shows me that you're starting to get comfortable with some level of financial independence, and that a cycle in your life is completing. There's a completion. It could also mean in the world. So perhaps whatever it is that you're creating for yourself, you could be working on a global level, as in what I'm doing, for instance. I'm creating these digital channels and I'm sharing it with the whole world. And it's something that I'm very passionate about. I am Aries, so I actually can verify that this is correct. I'm starting to connect with my financial independence. I'm feeling very comfortable, and I'm really enjoying interacting on a global level, offering information. So let's see what the Page of Pentacles is that's crossing this Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so it's putting down a burden, and a new way of seeing this burden, a new way of processing this burden, a new reflection around this burden that you were carrying that is bringing you inner strength. So whatever this burden was, it's changing your perception around what the burden was. And yeah, it's struggles with someone with a King of Swords. So it could be a air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And it just shows the burden that you were carrying was the wall that you put up with this person because you went through such an intense struggle with them. Okay? And then, so I ask here, what is conscious for Aries at the moment? And we've got the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is about conflict. It's fighting. You can see over there. So let's find out consciously, what is this fighting about for you, Aries? Okay, so we've got the Ten of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Wow. So it's what you're conscious of is this something's keeping you up at night. It's not only keeping you up at night, it's something that's heavy for you, it's depressing for you, and it's to do with a King of Swords. Now, Aries, you are King of Swords, or you are, sorry, King of Swords. You are wands, you're ruled by fire. Wands refers to fire. So this could be you. It could be tension within yourself that you're grappling with, to do with something from the past, which has now come to an end. And it could be how it is that you're churning this around and around in your head. So it doesn't quite add up to what's happening in the present moment, but let's go a little bit deeper. Let's see what's happening in the unconscious for you, Aries. So we've got the Eight of Cups over here, which is a card of walking away from something that's no longer emotionally fulfilling you. Then we have the Four of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Cups. So walking away from something that no longer serves you by taking the time out and no longer focusing on it. So whatever this is over here, you're moving away from it. You're no longer focusing on it because intuitively you know that it can't go anywhere. On an emotional level, you can just keep going in the loop, and that it's reached a stalemate, and so now it's about moving away from whatever that emotional conflict is that you're holding on to. So coming back to this again, on a conscious level, there is the processing that's happening around something that's really hurt you. And it could be with another fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or it could be you yourself that is still holding on to this information. So it could be, and I'm sensing it's someone from your past that you've had a connection with, because I've got the Lenormand cards over here. And what they're saying to me is, they're saying that there was a deceptive relationship with someone, or connection with someone from your past, that was it was around either sexuality or attraction, and so their perceived loyalty was not real. It was not with integrity. It was about what their needs were. So I'm seeing here that this person from the past, who's been shown as the King of Swords, but then I've also got a King of Wands here, so maybe there was one person, maybe there were two people that you've had experiences with, depending on how busy you've been. Not everybody, this doesn't apply to everybody, but I'm definitely seeing this tension and this pain and this conflict that you're holding on to, either with yourself or with regards to these people. Okay, so, but at the same time, what I'm seeing is this burden relating to all of that. You're busy processing it, and you finding clarity around it, and you're accessing some kind of inner strength. So it's a new opportunity for you that's busy happening. All right, so let's find out what's happening in the past. We've got the Lovers card. We have the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So Knight of Swords is someone who charges in, and they don't think things through. It's a very impulsive move, and generally, you know, they're not like the King of Swords that has mastered their way of thinking and processing and moving in the world through their minds. They've got strong minds. They're very analytical. The Knight of Swords hasn't learned those lessons yet, so they just charge in. And now this Knight of Swords, whoever this person is, because it's to do with the Lovers, he made it about happiness and love. So there was a feeling for you with this person, with this connection of, oh my God, this is the one, this is love, this is such a fulfilling emotional experience. And so there was an element of deception there. And I've also got the Osho tarot cards here, and we have the politics card. And we not only have the politics card, as I said to you, I also have the Lenormand cards over here, and both of them are pointing to deception, something that is misleading, the fox and the snake. So immediately I know that this person's intentions were not honorable. Perhaps there was a predatory quality to their advances. So let's see what happens in the future. We've got the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords is moving away from something, same as the Eight of Cups. So this is what's coming into reality for you, Aries. It's moving away from something that emotionally was conflicting and painful, and putting it behind you. So 3 cards. Moving away from really, yeah, it was something very painful for you. I see that you're moving away from the obsession of it, or the focus of it, and focusing more on your connecting back to you again, connecting to your pleasure and your sensuality and your connection to the earth and your connection to the world. And I can see that this is because of the intense breakdown that you went through as a result of this. So this all happened to teach you a strong lesson about yourself, about love, about boundaries, about discernment, instead of settling or believing or trusting characters that come along and promise you the world, but it doesn't actually amount to anything. So it's finding a balance between actions and words, and not just hearing the words but not actually getting the actions. That's what I'm picking up from this reading so far. So, you know, as painful as relationships are, they're our teacher, they're our medicine, they're there to show us something about ourselves, our blind spots. And it's painful, but you're coming out of it at some point, and it looks like it's happening in the next week. So because at the present moment for you, Aries, I have the Chariot card, and the Chariot card is about will and power and control. It's like taking the bull by the horns. It's this chariot who manages 2 horses that are moving in opposite directions and finds a balance with them. So let's get 3 cards for what this chariot is about for Aries. So, yeah. Okay, so, you know, the thing with Aries is that they're such a fiery cardinal sign. Cardinal is, it's all about getting things started, making things happen. They're so electric and they're so impulsive, and you know, they're the warriors of the sign. They charge in without thinking things through, but sadly they're the first ones that get taken out because they didn't strategize like the air signs would, or you know, ground themselves first like the earth signs would. So with regards to these qualities, there's a maturity that's happening for you. It's a detachment of sorts from needing to experience those kind of energies in men or women, or whatever relationship it is that you've drawn to yourself, whatever gender you are. There's no longer a need to manifest, should we say, or attract those kind of relationships that are impulsive and come along and offer the most amazing packages that never amount to anything. So there's a maturing that's happening, and this is what you're starting to harness and take charge of. And it's very beautiful because it means that there's the potential for something healthier in the future once there's not such an unhealthy enmeshment to these characters that don't actually, they just kind of like 3D flat cutout, pretty something, but there's nothing behind it. There's no substance to it. So let's see who these characters are, what's happening for them. And for them, whoever they are, I have the Seven of Swords, which is the trust, it's deception. I've got the Moon. And yes, it is someone from your past, because I've got the Six of Cups here, and I've got the Justice card. And it's not only someone from your past, it's a past karmic connection. So whatever was playing out here was something that needed to play out. It came your way, where you have done something with them in another lifetime, if you believe that, which I do personally. Having had a rich journey with past life experiences, I can relate to this. So I understand that these, as an Aries, these connections that I've had with men that have been really intense and painful, there's something so intensely familiar about them, and that's what makes them so compelling. And so that's what this character is in your life. There's someone who comes with deceptive intentions or qualities that are not clear, and they're from someone you've met in your past, either in this lifetime or another lifetime, or both. Okay, so what is the Fool card about with regards to new beginnings, or where the relationship is at? Because the Fool card represents new beginnings. Okay, interesting. Alright, so the new beginnings for the relationship is about this apathy and this boredom that you are feeling around the love shifts, and you start focusing on something else, and it's literally creating a new experience for you. And this could be happening for the other person as well. So there's a very strong possibility that the other person, even though his intentions were possibly, or her intentions possibly were of a sexual nature, or to get something out of you, or whatever the deception was that they approached you with, for them and for you, there's a transition that's happening, there's a new beginnings that's coming for you as individuals, because I don't see the relationship continuing. And this focus and this focus that you had on the relationship and love around it, you're losing interest and you're looking in a new direction. And judging by the Ace of Pentacles in the present moment, you're focusing on you and work and abundance and just coming back to that place of independence and power again. So finally, the last card is the card of, it's the outcome card, and it's the Seven of Cups, and it's a card of wish fulfilled thinking, too many choices, illusions. Let me show it to you. So you can see there's 7 cups there, and they're in the clouds, they're not real, and each one of them have a potential something in them. So let's find out more what that's about for the outcome. Wheel of Fortune changing, 4 of Pentacles, and the Death card. Okay, so I guess that answers your question. Relationship is over, but what's also coming to an end is perhaps there were hopes for you, because in the past we do have these 2 cards. So whatever this person came along and offered you in words, but also how it is that you put whatever was offered onto some kind of unrealistic pedestal, and in a way that's what this card, the 7 of Cups, is about. It's just potentially how we delude ourselves. You're letting go of that, you're bringing it to an end, and let's just say you're taking off the rose-tinted glasses, and it's just no longer important. And so I've also got a love oracle card here that I've picked for you, and what it's saying is disillusionment, delusions and fantasies come to an end You finally reveal the true nature of a person that you always hoped was truly good for you. So, wow, what a relief. To finally see an unhealthy situation for what it is, as far as I'm concerned, reflects clarity and power and truth. And being able to see reality now for what it is and not through smoke screens. So I've got 2 more cards over here that I want to share with you. And, well, there are 3 cards actually. They're Osho cards, Osho tarot cards. The first one is slowing down. The second one is going with the flow. And the third one is schizophrenia. So, slowing down, we've just come out of Mars in Pisces season. We've transitioned, we're now in Mars in Aries astrologically. So it's moved from a state of tiredness and confusion into energy and fire and direction and passion. So we're now in a new phase, and now we're moving forward. And as Aries, we've got so much energy and we're like go, go, go. But what it's saying is just take time out every day just to tune in and not be in such a state of charge, to really reflect on just checking in, what's going on around me, how am I feeling, what's in for me, and really staying connected to yourself and not just getting into this crazy state of blasting forward without seeing what's happening around you. The next card is going with the flow, which is potentially quite difficult for Aries, because when they have their eyes focused on something on the horizon, they will charge forward with such vengeance until they get to it. And this card is saying, it's not always about that. Sometimes it's about allowing things to happen. So just slow down and go with the flow. Stop trying to force things. And then lastly, the schizophrenia card. However that relates to Aries, it's a card that's talking about this tension between your will and mind. Do I want this or do I want that? And so because of this indecision, do I want this or do I want that, we're unable to make a decision and kind of get in this loop and focused on this or that. And what the card is saying is just let go. You will know when you let go and stop trying to control it with the mind. When you can just let go, come back to you, things will become clearer. And so again, that's what I sense this conflict is about, that is conscious for you at the moment, this maybe lying awake at night and trying to figure things out as a result of something painful from the past that happened. Because actually things are starting to blossom for you right now, and it's unfolding beautifully. Alright, well, if you enjoyed this reading, please click on the little icon of my Tarot Muse icon and subscribe, and please like and please comment. I really appreciate your feedback and your insights. And I also want to add that if you're interested in reading and going deeper with this, my website is in the bar, as well as my email address, and you can make contact. Thanks for watching. Please be back next week again. I will have your next week's reading. Thank you. Bye for now.